So Congressman, again, let's jump in. I want to get your reaction, first of all. This hullabaloo from the media over President Trump's AI image of himself as the Pope. I christened him Pope Donald the First here. Anything offensive by what the president did?
You know, I saw when he was asked about it, and again, he made it very clear that somebody did that and created an AI generated picture. Certainly, no harm was intended in that, and he really didn't know anything about it. From based on the interview I saw a little bit earlier about it, I do think that there's a lot of folks in this country that are looking for anything to pounce on and don't understand this president and don't understand really the things that he does in jest at times. And I think that you know, when he was asked earlier last week, I guess, who should be the Pope, and I think he just quipped, "I'd like to be the Pope." Again, nothing that he meant seriously or would be taken seriously, but there's always somebody hanging out there that's wanting to pounce on anything and everything to make something out of it. So that's what I kind of size this up to be, Todd.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Well, let's move on. Texas Congressman Jasmine Crockett, again, who's really grown a following by making fun of, among others, Ted Cruz, Governor Greg Abbott. Now the president sharing his thoughts about Jasmine Crockett. Let's watch this.
I look at the Democrats, they're in total disarray. They have a new person named Crockett. I watched her speak the other day. She's definitely a low IQ person.
Yeah, I'm curious. Have you ever had any interactions with Jasmine Crockett? And do you think that she could very well be the future of the Democrat Party?
Well, I think there's a whole long line of individuals. I do sit on the Judiciary Committee, and Ms. Crockett, Ms. Crockett is a member of that committee. I've not really had any real personal interaction with her, just one-on-one. But have had an opportunity sitting in that committee to hear the things that she says and kind of go down the path that she goes down. And really hers is no different than any of the other Democrats on that committee that have just kind of gone down the path of just constantly attacking President Trump, constantly attacking Elon Musk, and those kind of things. Bottom line is, Todd, the whole situation over on the Democrat side is just without vision. It's without leadership. It's really a rudderless movement, if you will, and they don't know which way to turn. And one of the things that I've said time and again that I think is a huge reason for this is because the left was ready to write the narrative that Republicans couldn't govern, that if we did get the trifecta, that we would splinter and that we would fall apart. And I have to tell you, you know, we're now into May. We're almost into our 5th month of this. And Republicans are governing. We are leading. We are able to pass things out of the House of Representatives and the Senate. And I think now is going to be an important time coming up in the next several weeks, that as long as we keep doing that, it keeps the narrative out of the hands of the left. And when they don't know anything to talk about and they don't know anything to write about, then they have to turn on themselves. And that's exactly what we've been seeing happen.
Yeah, look, real quick here on NPR, PBS, I know the president announcing federal funding getting slashed. That there's been a lot of scuttlebutt about how that's really an act of Congress. So I'm just wondering, would you anticipate, or is there any talk about actually codifying those cuts and going ahead once and for all eliminating funding to those to NPR and PBS?
I think eventually you will see that. I'm not aware right at the moment of the particular bill that will codify that, but I do think that that is something. There's a number of bills like that President Trump has been so aggressive and really in a positive way of keeping the promises he made and making these executive orders. And it's now Congress's turn to step in and codify these so that any future Democrat administration would not be able to undo these things with a simple stroke of a pen. So I do think that that's one of the items that Congress is working toward. But I do think that right now we're so focused on reconciliation, we're so focused on the one big beautiful bill, and we're going to see how all of that continues to develop and shake out.
All right, Congressman Harris, we're going to have to leave it there. Apologize for the brevity, but thank you again.
Thank you for the opportunity to be with you.